Mikey T here at the Sportsbook, Michigan's premier sports betting hotline. That's Mike's Sportsbook. We're not up north, down south, out east, or out west even. We're right in the Great Lakes state of Michigan. I'm protected over here with winners. Michigan, Superior, Huron, Erie, and Ontario. Mikey T's hitting upwards of 67%. If you're new to the station, please like and subscribe. In the description, hit the Discord and get over the community lounge. It's not much, but it's what I've got at the Sportsbook. It's got a lounge. And here we talk about the sporting issues of the day. Who's hot and who's not. We'll comment on who's playing, who's not trying, contracts, player portals, transfers, coaching matchups, head-to-head matchups, anything that we need to talk about to get us to the decision of picking a winner. And then I direct you guys to the parlor. And the parlor is a place where we're ready to lay it on the line. We're not being greedy and you're not being selfish. And you've got one main focus, and that is to get the winner from Mikey T at the Sportsbook. And then you're in the parlor, and then you make that play. Here he is. We're hitting upwards of 67%. A winners never quit and quitters never win. There's a lot of doubters everywhere because gambling's been around since the beginning of time. And I've only been around since 1966. And as my notations have quoted me before, is I'm a student of gambling. Young age, hanging out at the racetrack, family poker tables, pool tables, ping pong tables, playing cards, betting, winning, having that adrenaline rush, winning, knowing and managing money, and winning and losing and losing. And like the TV proclaims, the thrill of victory and the agony of defeat. Well, there's been plenty of defeats, and there's been some thrills. If you don't play, you can't win, and you won't win. But if you play, there's a chance of winning. And the deal is to increase your chances of winning. And then after you've increased your chances of winning, then you're going to increase the occurrences of you winning. And after you've increased the occurrences on how often you do, then you'll be affecting the amounts of what you're winning. Mind you, every bet isn't the same bet. It isn't the same play. It isn't the same confidence play. Where I have these plays, I throw out these plays. Then I have these locks, these 5-star locks that are stronger, more confident, more researched plays. There's 16, 17 games a day, every night, all year long, depending on the sport. And here, we're not betting and gambling and talking about games of sports that we don't have any interest in. Therefore, you narrow it down. I dissect it. I intersect it. I chop it up into pieces and I decide which one as I want to go with. Which one is the strongest play for me, and I have it and I lay it on the line. Scared money's never going to win. There's no rear view mirror. What happened yesterday doesn't mean it's going to happen today. And what happens today has no effect on what's going to go on tomorrow. You've got to decide that you need to know your material, depending on what you're going to do. And once you do know your material, you got to have a goal in mind on what am I going to win today? What do I want to try to press today? It's money management. Also, financial planning. Also, with that in mind, tuning into Mikey T at the Sportsbook, let's just talk about what's going on as it's Friday, May 2nd. We're already into May. The April showers brought May flowers. And here we are, recapping Thursday night's action on May 1st. The Cubs, they beat the Pirates on the road going up against Skeens. They get the victory 8-3. I always cheered for the Cubs. That was no big deal. But the Tigers on the road, they get the victory in California, 10-4 over the Angels. Ring that one up. And then I had to mention the NHL playoffs. Some people were on the verge of eliminating as Toronto eliminates Ottawa last night. They get through the series 4-2. Vegas, they beat Minnesota on the road. They get the series. They win 4-2. However, Colorado beats Dallas 7-4, ties up the series 3-3. Edmonton gets its victory at home over the Kings 6-4. They advance. That was the NHL. Notice in all these games in the hockey tend to be going over 5.5 goals, under 6.5, over 7. More defense, I'm noticing. Better goaltending. Who's hot? This is the time to get hot. These goaltendings. Look out, people. Then we go to the NBA. D-Town, Detroit choked it off. They didn't have enough in the tank. They were right there at the end with a 7-point lead 2 minutes to go, and our coaching staff blows it on the play calling. We throw the ball away and all that kind of stuff. Hell, pointing fingers there, pointing fingers there. Oh, we're inexperienced. Oh, we're young. Well, we're going to be better next year. There is no tomorrow. You blew it. You lost it. The Pistons went down, and so did Mikey T on my play. Was a loser. Not good for me. Also, the Clippers, they get the victory at home against Denver. It was a 6.5-point spread. They win by 6. Figure that with Denver in the hook. Series is tied 3 apiece. Going back to Denver in the NBA. So as of now in the NBA playoffs, we've got Houston, Golden State going tonight. Hoping to have a Game 7 back in Houston. Tonight, Golden State looks to close out the Rockets, and then they'll turn their attention to Minnesota. OKC's still sitting out, waiting for the outcome of the Denver Clipper game. You know how it is. Never count on anything lasting forever. I've mentioned, and I'll mention it again today. When those winning streaks come up against them losing streaks, there's chaos. And always tooting a horn, I celebrate, baby. You got to underline those I's, dot those T's. You know what I'm saying? With Mikey T at the sports book. Someone's always wanting to hate on someone. Someone's always wanting to not have success over someone else. Move forward. Don't be bothered by outside disturbances. Money management. Nobody knows your personal business. Nobody needs to. These bets aren't all the same. Some people don't bet hockey. Some people bet basketball, don't bet baseball. Only on football. Maybe only ping pong. Who knows what someone's betting? Mikey T is a sports book, a hotline. That's where we call, we talk to Mikey T. We get that third party knowledge. We get something that you don't know. We get something that you might want to know. It's out there. It's on YouTube. Mikey T at the Sportsbook, Michigan's premier sports betting hotline with tips, analysis, and predictions. And we hit games upwards of 67%. We'll talk about the games, and then whatever you do, you do. Then after the game's over, you know, hey, Mikey T was right. Man, Mikey T's hit 4 in a row. Mikey T's lost 3 in a row. That guy's crazy. He's lost 3 in a row. And then boom, winner. Man, he's won 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. He's hit 15 games in a row. Mikey T's hot. Is he going to just continue to be hot? No. People don't just stay hot. People don't just stay cold. You don't just get beat up every day. You don't just beat someone up every day. You don't just be able to do something every day. It changes. But you got to be prepared for the change. And that's based on your information that you're taking in. Stats, it's like a puzzle. You put the puzzle together. They're playing each other. The player's out. This player's new. This is the first time here. Never been on grass, outside, inside. New coach, new team, new surroundings, new money. Money? Yeah, it's all got to do with money, people. Mikey T at the Sportsbook. Horse racing on Saturday at Churchill Downs. 20 horses are in the field. You can eliminate. I've got it down to 8. I've eliminated the field down to 8, and then now by race time, I'm going to be down to probably 4 horses that can win the Derby this year, and then we'll go from there on our gimmick bets: win, place, and show, trifecta, perfecta, quinella, twin super, tri super, pick 4, pick 5, pick 6. Let's get it, people. Mikey T at the Sportsbook. That's why you've tuned in. If you're tuned in and you're still listening, then you obviously know what time it is. It's time that I bring some winners for the weekend. We got new baseball series is coming this weekend, this Friday, as in today, people. Let's talk about them. Let's talk about my games. You got to have your material. Tigers against the Angels today. Yankees against Tampa Bay today. Wow. Winning, losing. It's all about studying, knowing your material. The cage fights, UFC this weekend, NHL hockey tonight, Winnipeg against St. Louis. Oh, We're going to go with the Jets tonight. The Winnipeg Jets to struggle and get by St. Louis. If not, you got that collar around. Choke, choke, choke. Winnipeg Jets tonight. How about Golden State getting the dub tonight at home? They got to win tonight. They don't want to go back to Houston Game 7. Hell no. Mikey T with Golden State. Lay the points. And the Winnipeg Jets. If you're feeling froggy, put it together in a parlay. You like prop bets this weekend? How about Judge to go yard? Bellinger. How about looking at those second basemen that I've told you? You get a juicy price on a second baseman to hit a home run. It's going to happen. Ha ha ha. MLB action. Baltimore Orioles at Camden Yards tonight against the Royals. They seem to be a play. What else do we like? You know how it goes. White Sox and Houston Astros. You got even money close to Houston, -2.5. You get plus money with White Sox +2.5. Entertain those kinds of bets. It's what you're trying to bet and what you're trying to win. That's two different things. Are you trying to stress out and want to go all in? I recognize no. Don't do that. It's a stepping stone. You've got to get a process down. Study, know your material. Don't be greedy. It's a marathon, baby. No ways of sprinting. When you win, the win, start pulling away. That's what Mikey T's got to say today on Friday into the weekend. Tips, analysis, and predictions. Get to the parlor. See who's hotter than hot. And see if you can put some money in your pocket this weekend. Mother's Day in 1 week, people. Let's get it together and I'll make it rain. Put a smile on your face. Put some money in your pocket. Yep, Michigan's premier sports betting hotline with tips, analysis, and predictions. MLB, 80% of the time, the baseball team at home is not getting swept. How about that one? If you don't believe me, just try it out yourself. Watch these games, watch how these series go, and when it comes down to it, the home team is not losing every game of that series. Find out yourself. When the team's on the East Coast traveling to the West Coast and they don't have any rest, they usually don't show up that good until the second day or the second game. When the West Coast team's coming to the East Coast and they don't have any rest, it's back-to-back is what I'm calling it. There's an issue in their performance. It's human nature. Tune in to tips, analysis, and predictions. Nothing lasts forever. These winning streaks and losing streaks, when they meet, it's chaos. Study, know your material, know your facts, and then make good, sound choices and treat it as perfection and win. And we'll be back to you on Saturday. Let's see how we do. Tigers, Yankees, Golden State Warriors, Winnipeg Jets, Baltimore Orioles. Let's go, people. San Francisco Giants tonight over Colorado, -1.5 runs. Let's get it.